By the Skin of Your Teeth is an exhibition of two new works, one large-scale painting and a sculpture. The painting Ride or Die relates to an incident I witnessed in the months coming out of lockdown. A group of young lads on mopeds toppled over one another when riding out of my hometown of Aldershot. I was driving in the car behind them and made sure everybody was okay. It was my first experience of witnessing a crash, and I have since regarded the incident as a perfect metaphor for the ways in which life can bring about chaos and uncertainty when you least expect it. When making this work, I was also thinking about community, friendship, and youth subcultures. These boys were excited to be back out in the world, together on their motorbikes, riding away from the town. Similarly to how lockdowns pulled out the rug from underneath us, these young men had gone down like a stack of dominoes, stopped in their tracks. I was inspired by cartoon crashes, fights, and explosions in Looney Tunes shows for this piece of work. A big cloud of smoke, stars, and collision spikes, similar to when the Coyote character attempts to catch the Roadrunner. There is a mess of arms, legs, feet, and motorbike pieces that fly out of the canvas. I have played with mixing the 2D and 3D in this piece, as stuffed arms with bike gloves protrude from the sides of my painting.